Hey, crazy kids, how's it going? This is Hav.
And Mina.
So we're back here again. It's been a while since we recorded. A lot of things been happening. Uh, Mina's been doing a few things. I've been doing a few things and taking care of some business. She's been taking care of house stuff. What we got going on right now is we're watching Gabby Petito's. They just started a foundation. So that's what you're watching on our YouTube page. We're going to be recording this, and this is what you're going to be seeing. There's a lot of developing for Gabby Petito. I know everybody's been watching and everybody's been listening. Like I said, we've just had a few things going on. We would really have loved to have jumped on this too, but unfortunately we couldn't. But that's okay. We're here now, and
We
now that
tried. We
we did
tried.
try, we did try. So now the manhunt began,
Yes.
or it has been beginning for this monster, this god awful bad excuse for or a bad use for air is out there right now. This is going to be very raw, and probably our anger is going to come out on this a little bit, just because of what's going on. And even though we haven't been recording, we haven't been doing this. We've been watching the case unfold and watching everything happen. So now, I mean, it's kind of good because now we're not out here with like other people have been with saying different stories and stuff like that. We all have everything pretty much down.
Yeah.
So Gabby they're guessing, they are guessing, not us, that she was killed sometime after, of course, August 26th. The last time that her parents spoke to her, her mom spoke to her. FaceTime was August 25th, I believe. And then after that, who knows what happened. We do know that um, Brian did get back to Florida on the 1st. Her parents didn't report her missing until the 11th. He went camping 3 days after he arrived with his parents, because that's what 25-year-olds do, 24-year-olds do. They go camping with their parents in a little pop-up camper.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, that, let's give him a 9-day head start.
Yes.
So right now, there's a lot of people on this, including John Walsh, including Dwayne Chapman, otherwise known as Dog, and the rest of the public, the rest of social media, the rest of everybody that's been out there, because of social media stars. That's how, well, I don't want to say stars, I guess, as their channel. Red, Blue, and Blythe, I think it was, is the ones that found his van out there, and what's it called? I want to get the name right. Sand Creek. Sorry, it's still kind of early for me, but it's okay.
It's okay.
So out there in the Grand Tetons National Park, they're the ones that found his van, and they led to, a day later they found her body. So it's a good thing that social media is working on this. I think we all have a big part in this, and I mean, whether it's doing what we're doing or other people are out there actually searching and giving clues, and that's what we need right now.
I mean,
It's just
even if he does like get found and stuff and charged, that doesn't mean he's gonna talk.
no, it's not. And right now he's not. He's still a person of interest
Yeah.
in there, because I think what it is that and once, I don't want to speculate, but I've been watching this case. I don't think they have enough evidence to charge him with murder.
Yeah.
Um, they just don't. I don't know why. Yeah, I mean, he's the last one to see her. He was the last one, there. Um, at the Grand Teton National Park with
Yeah.
her. He got his hitchhiking. He was hitchhiking.
Oh yeah.
And those other people, that other couple gave him a ride, and then another young lady gave her a ride to the entrance of the camping. I'm trying to find, because like I said, I've been following this, and I'm being horrible right now because I can't think of the name of the uh, camping area. So forgive me for that.
The name of the camping area.
Well, where she was, it was God, I know it's Snake Creek. But there was the Spread Creek. Spread Creek, dispersed camping area is where they saw the van, is where her body was found. Um, I knew it was an ass. Sorry about that, guys. I mean, everybody's probably gonna bash me for that one, but that's okay. When you got a lot on your mind, that's what happens. Anyways, so him, and now he's in this 25,000 acre reserve that they're looking in, and they're thinking that they're narrowing it down. I saw a report come out last night, late last night, that they had there's an area over this right now that they're calling for no fly zone. They're closing off a very small part of it. I mean, 25,000 acres, a very small area could be 5,000 acres of it.
Yikes.
There's a lot of leads coming out, but there's
Yeah.
also a lot of false leads coming out. So if you're
Oh,
out
I'm
there
sure. Yeah.
and you're guessing, don't guess on it. I mean, let's there's a lot of ring cameras, there's a lot of trail cameras out there and everything like that. And I mean, they thought somebody saw him up in northern Florida, and that person turned out not to even be close to him. There's a lot of people that are saying, "Oh, I saw him," and honestly, I'm going to put this out there, and excuse me, and from my as I was once what Dog did, a bounty hunter, bondsman. You want to make sure the leads are correct. You want to, when you start seeing people and you're looking for a person, or you're looking for an animal, you're looking for this guy is an animal. You begin to start to see that particular subject everywhere.
Yeah.
So when they showed that video of Spread Creek, of that other couple going through there, and they showed his van, behind the van there was a shadow. There's something there that casted a shadow. It was like a dry piece of grass or a dry piece of field. And I used every single tool that I could. I used my computer, my monitor, my iPad, my computer, everything.
Yeah.
Zoom in on this, because everybody kept saying there's somebody back there. There's somebody back there digging. There's somebody back there moving around. There was nobody back there. It's a dry piece of field. I looked 100 million times. And so what I'm saying is that people begin to see what they want to see. They want to see, you know what I mean? They want to see that, just like Bigfoot. You go out through the woods, you go to Bailey, Colorado here, and you're walking down the street, you're going to see a bear, but it's going to be Bigfoot.
Yeah.
Because you want to see that. Your mind is already there. You're already starting to see it. I don't mean to be joking here, but just like me, anytime I sneeze or cough, and Gabby even told me that when she sneezes or coughs, you got COVID. So,
oh God, yeah.
So
I
just,
heard.
But it's just it's just you just, your mind gets trained, your mind gets to want to be there with that, and it's not good. So what I'm asking everybody out there is that when you start to look for this person, I'm sure everybody's already started. Everybody down in Florida, I mean, across the nation, across the world, is looking for this guy. And they said they thought they seen him in a restaurant in Mexico. They thought they've seen him in Canada. I mean, that's a stretch. I mean, now that this guy's wanted, he can't just hop in a plane and go to anywhere he wants to.
Yeah.
Previously, so either if he already flew somewhere, I mean, if he flew somewhere, if he's somewhere, he's already been there. It's not that he just left now. However, going to Mexico, if you're in Florida and you go to Alabama, start, and across Louisiana, Texas, down into the border, can you walk over into Mexico? Yeah, there's no border control. Anybody could walk over. Over to that side. Now coming back, that's another story. But who knows what's going on right now with that. But like I'm saying, I'm asking you guys, please be like, it's hard to be 100%, but don't sit there and say, oh, I seen him and there's a guy there with full head of hair, because we all know that
Don't be
Brian
stupid.
is bald.
Don't be
You know,
stupid.
yeah, don't
Hold
be.
on one second. Go ahead. I'm right here. I'm just looking for
No, you're fine.
cord. Cord.
So everybody who's been in the camping area between the 27th and 30th, let people know if you were out there. There was a TikTok user, her and her family, or her and her boyfriend, gave him a ride. And then that other lady that came forward not too long ago, couple of days ago, I think it was a couple of days ago, actually last week, that she gave him a ride to the entrance of Spread Creek, and he was a little shook up. So, yeah, and the reason I'm not going to touch a lot on everything is because we've all been watching. Everybody knows what's going on. There's no sense to repeat what you've already heard. And I all I'm asking is that we need to figure out his timeline, because we've all got their timeline down. We got, and his timeline ends on, 2 days prior to September 1st. The thing that I'm worried about here is that, what about if he was in Florida sooner? Because they're putting that he had to leave the Grand Tetons area on the 28th or 29th, or no, the 30th, and got down to Florida on the 1st. That's a 36-hour drive. I don't know anybody who could drive 36 hours in less than 36 hours. So apparently he did. I want to make sure that, like, what are we missing? Did he leave on, like, her last let me see here. I'm going to ask something here. So her last text, and nobody believes it, and after watching everything, she says no service in Yosemite, but they weren't in Yosemite.
No.
They were in Grand Tetons. So yes, that's not, and then there's also a couple cryptic that everybody's been watching is, Stan, can you help me, Stan? All I'm getting is his voicemails, no text. So everybody's speculating this, and I seen this on another channel, where it's called the Yosemite Triangle, and then there's also the Death Zone in Wyoming. So everybody stop doing that. Let's see what happens here. Let's see, let's get a correct timeline. And like I keep on saying that, we got to find his timeline, because he left. I'm almost guessing that he left before.
Yeah.
Another thing is, I'm not trying to stand up for this guy. I'm not sticking up for this guy. There was that couple, the first couple that gave him a ride. He had said that he was camping with his girlfriend and that he went hiking for a few days without her, and now he's trying to get back there. So they picked him up apparently on the 28th, I think it was, and he's been camping a few days before that. Her last text to her family was on the 25th, 26th. Last time she talked to her mom FaceTime. So we know there's no whatever, no I think I heard from her, or that, there can't be any of that.
Mhm.
So there's that. Um, like I
The
said, I'm
way
not sticking up.
everybody, Javier's like actually helping me catch up because I've been so busy with my basement. I only know bits and pieces. So he's informing me on what's happening as well as you.
So, 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 um, so he said he was out camping, he was out hiking a couple of days without her. According to where they picked him up, and where he was seen drinking at a bar, or I don't know if he was drinking, but he was at a bar. Um, it could have taken a couple of days from where their van is to get up there. Maybe a day or two hike.
Mhm.
Once again, I'm not sticking up for this guy. But what about if he's right? What about if he was doing what he was doing? He came back to the van. He couldn't find Gabby. He went and looked for Gabby. He found her body. He shot bricks, just like anybody else would.
Yeah.
He understands that there was an argument the day before, a couple of days before August 12th, or in Arches.
Yeah.
Now he's like, well, shit, I'm going to be the first person to blame. I'm out.
Oh, yeah. That could be. And they also said that there was a connection, possible connection between this case and the other couple that got shot up there.
Well, here's the reason this is the reason that they're thinking this too, is because that couple, that married couple, those two ladies, they worked at the co-op where Gabby and Brian the argument, and
Oh,
they're the
okay.
ones that called the
Okay.
cops. They're the ones that called the cops. So they're the ones that called the cops. They're thinking that he went back over there, killed them, and then
Yeah.
and then so and as a serial killer, not me, him being him, they're label him as a serial killer. I guess apparently when they found the two women, they were undressed from the waist down and they were put in a creek.
Oh,
So now the people want to connect that because Gabby was found in a creek. Nobody says that she was undressed. Nobody says she was fully dressed. Nobody says what she's wearing.
yeah.
Nobody says the manner of how she was killed. Like I said, there's still that possibility that could he have came, could he have came back, found her dead, something happened. Now, according to this video, to the video of that couple that's seeing her van, there's some other people that have done some really deep research. Once again, it's video. It was kind of sketchy. They were going down a dirt road. They were using a dash cam. Things could happen. Video gets kind of dispersed. Both Mina and our photographers. I'm not saying that we have a professional, absolute trained eye, but when you look at enough pictures and you look at enough video, you start to realize, get to know things. So
Yes.
now people are saying that they're seeing the door close on the van. That there's a video out there where they slowed it down. Now you could see that as the van, as that other couple approaches the van door is closing in the back. Then there's a sandal of hers, laying outside the van. That is true. I've zoomed in quite a bit. That is true. They're also saying that there's um, a book and a flashlight there. It looks like a stick to me. That's what I mean. There's people saying there was a book and a flashlight, a gun. It's been called a phone, a flashlight, a gun. Who knows, and they've
Yeah.
also saying there's a book there. When you zoom in, and I'm going to have to show you that video too, Mina, when we have a chance, but there's all kinds, it's impossible to see what it is.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of people speculating, and I'm not saying that everybody out there, is wrong. But stop doing that, because it doesn't help the FBI. It doesn't help the police. It doesn't help
Mhm.
anybody
Yeah.
searching
Knock
for
that
this.
shit off.
Yeah, it doesn't help. You know what I mean? And stop looking. I saw another YouTuber say, because he mentioned when he was getting that ride that he was using a tarp. And you know how and Mina, you know this better than anybody, that when there's a crime scene and it's out in a field or it's anywhere, they use a gazebo kind of like thing.
Yeah.
The police use that to cover the area. One, if they're working in the sun, they don't want to get hot. Secondly, it covers the body so that way anybody flying over does not see a body out there.
And most of the times when it comes to that, the media tend to be a little bit more helpful. Like they try to avoid it until the tents are up for the most part.
Correct. So they put up those tents, and because he mentioned to that couple, there's a tent. I was using a tarp. She's all like, "Oh, look, they found a tarp out there." I'm like, I had to comment on that video. I'm saying law enforcement uses tarps to cover the bodies, to cover the crime scene. Why would you even speculate that? And it's
Yeah.
like, do the research before, why was that tarp there? Let me
Yeah.
find out, was that there before? Was that there? Like I said, law enforcement use those a lot. You see those in a lot of crime scenes. So don't do
Not
that.
even so
Stop.
much with the body, like they just have to cover up and preserve what they have.
Exactly. And it's not
There
just a
doesn't even
body.
have to be a body there. They just have to preserve what they have. So,
No, it
and
could
with
be,
weather
yeah, they
just
have to
causes
cover it.
damage.
Yeah. I mean, it could be a piece of paper that they found and they want to cover
Mhm.
it because it's a big clue, so you cover it up. But like I said, stop doing that, because make sure you know what you're talking about when you do that. And I know I stumble over words sometimes. Mina and I will both stumble over words, but still have correct knowledge. And that's why, like I said, now we're coming into this. It's been a while since we recorded, but now we're recording this, and bringing you this show. But at least it's more transparent. At least you guys, everybody's been watching, everybody's been listening. Now it's more transparent and more, not transparent, more, what do I want to say? Truthful. I mean, like, I'm not sitting here saying, "Oh, I heard dog went to the house." We know dog went to the house. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I heard that she was killed, and no, we know she was, so we know all that. The big part that everybody's looking for right now is, where is he? Like I said, there's speculation of Canada, there's Mexico. I also heard John Walsh mention that, um, hopefully they didn't pay a ferry to go over to the Bahamas because somebody saw him in the
Yeah.
Bahamas. Um, it's
I'm just like appalled by his family and how they've gone about all of this like that. I'm just disgusted
it's
with them.
complete bullshit. It's complete bullshit.
I have a daughter who's 19 and she lives with her boyfriend in their house. And I'm like, if that were to happen, like not even the law would stop me from getting to you. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mhm.
these people, the family of Gabby are very, gosh, what's the word? They're very dignified and I respect that because I don't think I would have the strength to hold back from hurting them.
Oh, no, me either. Not even. I it would just be, it would be hard to hold me back, you know.
Then again,
It'd
I've never been in that situation. So who's to
no.
say? Who's to know?
Yeah. And I mean, it could be their family, that could be their lawyer, it could be the media, it could be telling them, I know what you want to do.
Yeah.
I know what's in on your mind. I know the first thing you want to do, and both her dad and stepfather are probably going, we're just going to go for a little drive, and police are going, no, you're not.
Yeah.
We're
It's
following
true.
you everywhere. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? And because, I mean, God, they both want to, sorry, somebody's banging.
He
Anyway,
has house things going, construction stuff going
I
on
have
over there.
construction going on
I
around
have
here.
in
Um,
construction going on over here. We're just like, yeah.
I'm like, what the heck is that noise? Anyway, so Yeah, they're working on my water this morning. So I woke up this morning. I'm like, oh,
That
oops.
sucks. That's a rude awakening. Like you go and trying to get ready and throw some fucking
Well,
water on your face.
the nice thing is I got a water tank thing, so I could still use that. However, you don't get just lukewarm water. You get boiling hot water. I got a cup of coffee. I made a cup of coffee with this thing yesterday with just the hot water. And I think I made it at 11:30. And at 2:30, it was still hot. I was still having trouble drinking my coffee.
Dang.
It was hot. It was really hot. And I mean, granted, I had it in a thermal kind of thing, but even thermals cool off in a couple hours.
Right.
This was no, this my tongue, I could still feel it on my tongue talking about it.
Ice.
Um just
Sucks.
talking about it, it makes you think that it does that. But um no, if you have any idea where he is, if you have seen him, but make sure that it's a pretty good resemblance of the man. Like I said, some of these pictures that are coming out don't even look like, I mean, you could get somebody in trouble.
Yeah, for real.
Like, I mean, Purdue could be like, I'm not him. And you know, and there is a lot of angry people out there, including us. There is a lot of angry people out there. Don't do nothing stupid. Call the authorities. Don't be Mr. Superhero. You know what I mean? Um, you know, if you want to stay on track of him, if you want to follow him, track him down, follow him, you know, stay away, call the cops right away, and let them know where he is. But don't try to be a superhero and tackle this man. Don't try to do anything, because then you could get charged. Because once again, he's only has a warrant out right now for misuse of credit cards. You know, that's all it is. It's a federal warrant for
So
misuse of credit cards.
basically,
That's all.
in our society that we have now, it's you're guilty until you're proven innocent instead of innocent until proven guilty. And that's just how it is in social, in media, people's opinions. I just realized that earlier, like you saw me like dodging a little bit and looking down. I have my mic and it's not plugged in.
I heard you.
I'm looking down and my cat is like playing with the cord. I'm like, stop. And I look down, I'm like, oh shit. Like I'm talking all up in my mic and it's not plugged in. So I keep going like I'm talking in it, but it's really not even on. But
Kind of like some of our bloopers where I've been like talking and you're like, there's no sound.
yeah, I'm like, what are you doing?
Oh, so it's like, no, it is true. You're guilty until proven innocent, and there's no such thing as innocent until proven guilty.
Unless it's court of law.
Yeah, and
Court of public opinion, no.
sorry, both me and I are coughing a lot. There's a lot of smoke today.
There's a lot of fucking smoke, and I am an asthmatic, so it's taken me out. Like
I could eat. I haven't been outside yet, and I'm like, wow. But
it
anyways,
hurts.
so guys, yeah, let's when we're doing this, we're out there looking for him. They're looking in this specific area now of the reserve that they've been looking. So I think they're narrowing it down. I think they know, what areas he's been in. Of course, you have Dwayne out there. He said that he's found his campsite, or he's found a recent campsite, a newer campsite.
Proof that the parents were out there. There was 3 registered to go into the campsite and only 2 came out.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Wow. I didn't see that. You saw
Yep.
that.
He said 3 people were registered each time because there was a couple different times they went in and out of the same campground, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Our camp area, and 3 went in and only 2 came out. So the parents, shame on you.
Wow. So they're hiding him. Yeah, they know, and they know where he is. I wish they would just talk and like, I love John Walsh. He's really after this, after their lawyer, he wants his 15 seconds of fame. And now he's these excuses up for them and all these everything up for them. He's God, I can't even think of anybody he wants. My clients didn't do nothing. Like, oh, there's an also thing. Sorry, there's something else that came out, and I was watching when I was watching. I think it's Jenny. I forget her name with John Walsh. They were doing. She saw a letter from the lawyer, a statement that said he's only being charged with use of credit cards from August 30th through September for August, was it August 26th through September 1st, something like that. And this is prior to Gabby's death. That's a pretty bold statement because nobody knows when she was killed, but apparently he does, because he said prior to Gabby's death.
Oops.
Uh-huh.
Oops.
Yeah. So that's, so he's the only one that would know that. He's the only one that would know exactly when she was killed.
Right.
If Brian told him.
Yeah.
Which I'm sure he did. This is exactly when I killed her, or when I found her, or when she was dead. Like I said, I'm not defending the man. He's a monster regardless, because whether he killed her, somebody else killed her, he came back, found her dead, nobody knows what's going on. You still tell somebody.
Oh yeah.
You don't let your loved one, you don't let your partner, the one that you're supposed to marry, just die
and just leave them out
and not
there
tell anybody and
to
say
the elements, and it's disgusting.
Yeah, you don't leave their body out there. You call authorities right away and say, hey, I was camping, I was hiking, I came back, and I have, there's people out here that see me, just to let you know, I'm not but I looked for her and I found her, help. You know what I mean? You call the authorities right there and say, I came back, she's not at the van, help. You stay there. You don't sit there and do this. Like I said, whether he did, or he's hiding, or somebody else did, or he knows somebody else did, who knows what could have gone wrong. According to a lot of experts that have been watching that video of, of the body cam of her, there's a lot of distress there. There's a lot of they saw that there has been not physical abuse, but emotional abuse, a lot of it. He played the victim, and he played it very well. He even had me fooled, and the reason he had me fooled is because I know that men are victims of domestic violence as well.
Oh yeah.
Trust me. I know from personal experiences that, but he played the victim very well. He lied to the cops several times. I don't have a phone. And then he pulls a phone out of his pocket and shows his phone number.
That's horrible.
There's a lot going on there. And from the book that he was reading to, to how the murder happened, they did say it's a homicide, so it is a murder. That's one thing for sure. I'm not going to say, I'm guessing that she might have died. No. At first, because he did dupe everybody so well in playing the victim, and she was having such a hard time mentally and emotionally on that body cam. I'm not going to lie. I even told Mina, what about if she killed herself? What about if she just, I can't handle it no more, I'm done. I thought that, you know what I mean? I was like, my body, but when this is what's still looking for their body, that I thought, and then there's other things that I speculated too, but it's sad. It's a sad situation, no matter how we look at it. It's a sad outcome. And now we just got to find this monster, because like I said, no matter what he did or didn't do, he's a monster. You didn't tell anybody about your loved one being killed. You didn't tell anybody about their body. You didn't tell anybody about what's going on. You're a monster, dude. You don't do that. You don't walk in and be like, oh, they're dead, bye, walk out.
Yeah.
makes me think of what would have happened if it was your dog. God. Oh, my dog died. I'm just gonna leave it there, walk away.
Yeah.
You know, this search for him is going crazy. People are looking everywhere. People have seen him everywhere. Once again, make sure that it's, and I'm going to emphasize it because, like I said, you could get so many people in trouble, and it costs hours of time, a lot of money,
Mhm.
thousands of dollars when you send a cop, when you send somebody to a specific location to look for for that person because you thought you saw them there. Trust me, I've taken drives when I was doing this. Somebody said, "Hey, so and so, you're that person you're looking for. They're at this house." You go over there, you sit there for hours on end, and there's not, and somebody comes out. I mean, you're looking for a white guy, and there's nothing but African American people walking in and out of this house. So it is frustrating. I'm getting a text. Can you give me one moment, please? Go ahead,
Mhm.
Mina, and talk.
So how's your day? Yeah, now he leaves me to talk. I'm like, you just Dawn said everything. Oh, I did take a screenshot. Hold on one sec. I took a screenshot. So Dog got on last night and said, here's proof that the parents lied to the police about Brian's whereabouts. That's regarding the camping situation. He found evidence at Fort DeSoto Park, a different park from where Brian was said to be at. So yeah,
Where's the park at? Sorry, I'm back.
the park, the one that I just said,
Yeah.
I don't know, Fort DeSoto.
So is that where they're at now? Is that what we're watching? Is
I
that
don't
this?
know. I'm not sure. I would assume so. I would assume that's where they were at because that's where the evidence was found and they did make it public.
They
Because
did.
the parents said he was at a different park.
Oh. So
And
they're
that's,
lying. They're see, and this is what everybody's frustrated about because the parents are doing. Why can't, this is one thing that I'm going to get pretty heated about. Why can't they issue a report for aiding and abetting right now? I mean, a warrant.
you know what, there was something that I saw earlier saying that they couldn't be charged because there was no charges yet.
But they're aiding and abetting what do you call it? A felon, not a felon. He has a warrant out.
He has a warrant out, but does that cover that?
It's for this, but it doesn't matter. You're aiding and abetting a fugitive.
I heard, I'm not sure, I'd have to look into it, that they couldn't be charged with anything.
And I saw that too. And I'm still wondering why can't they be charged? I'm gonna look that up real quick. Um, uh, I hate this when this happens, when you're typing in somewhere and it says, why can't Brian's parents, and it says, get a divorce? Why can't, I'm like, that's
Oh,
not
I
even,
know.
I'm like, I'm not even looking for that.
Like,
Stupid.
what? Get a divorce?
Yeah. I'm just like, I'm looking at this. Um, So the laundries were escorted by the police to Memorial Groves. If you knew, she said, there's no way. So that's not a good story. That's not a good spot.
Oh, shitty. Is that you or me?
That was me. Everything rings. My everything rings here. Obstruction. Why can't they be FBI agents, residents? Let's hear the move.
We're coming up at
Although
an
the
hour and
authorities have
23
given no,
minutes.
what's that?
We're coming up at an hour and 23 minutes, so we maybe just go another 7 minutes.
Okay,
Okay,
we've already been talking an hour.
hour, yep.
Wow.
I know. Doesn't seem like that, huh?
No, it doesn't. It only seems like we've only been on this doing this. No way.
Yeah,
Really?
yeah.
I'm still wondering why they can't be charged. I want to know that's complete BS to me. I know that I mean, if you were running Mina and I said I don't know where she is, oh well, you just video chatted with her, you know, it's just I don't know. I would go to jail.
You would go to jail?
I would go to jail if I was hiding you. I would be arrested.
That's
Or I'd be
true.
threatened with it. I'd be threatened with it.
You'd be beat up,
Yeah, I'd be
in
threatened with it.
jail, added
Yeah,
charges.
uh-huh. Yeah. Why you know where she is, you know where she's hiding, you know what's going, you know what I mean? I would be in trouble.
I think that's that I hate to say it like this, but that white privilege,
Uh-huh.
because it had come up earlier that the reason it's getting so much views and out there is because she's a white girl.
I hate that. I hate that right now.
Yeah.
I hate that right now. And that's not it. It's because, and here's my thing. When somebody goes missing and you go out there and you say, my daughter's missing, people will do whatever they can to help you out. But when you go out there and say, my daughter's missing, she was with her boyfriend, he left, he came back home without her. They were traveling across the country. You
Plus,
know exactly what happened. You
she's a
know where
social
this,
media star. Like she has a
yes,
following.
she has a
I'm
following.
not saying
She
that.
does have a following.
I'm
So
not saying
everybody
all
knows that.
cases are like that. Like I understand where they're coming from. I get it, but it not with this case. Like she has a following. It's sort of different in that circumstance.
And the first breaking news was social media star
Mm-hmm.
boyfriend came, you know what I mean? That's what it was. That's what it was. It was
Yeah.
social media star. So right away, what do? I jump on YouTube. Who is she? Start
Yeah.
looking at it. I'm like, oh, she has one video. Okay. But they have like 8,000 followers or subs at the time.
Yeah.
8,000 subs. Okay. Now it's ridiculous now. And then I looked at Instagram. She had probably like 10,000 followers or something like that at the time, and now she has over 100 or over 300,000 followers on there.
Dang.
You know, so and everybody's following him too. So yes, this case draws everybody out. Everybody's looking for this. Now it's a manhunt. I'm sorry, no matter what was going on right now, um, unless you found Jane and John, and John is now, going across states, going across country lines of speculating. You know what I mean? People
Yep.
are all going to be looking. People are going to be looking for him, and it's going to make the news. And it's maybe not this much attention, but it's going to say, hey, so John, the presumed killer of Jane, is hiding in Mexico. You know what I mean? So it's going to come up that way. She just had a following. You're right. She has a following.
She has a
A lot of
following.
people on this case, and it's not just. I just hate the way that people say that. Oh well, what's her name was missing, and nobody gave. Come on, man. You know what I mean? Well, who was she? Well, she was a 20-odd something from Montbello. Okay,
Yeah.
got you. I'm not saying I don't care. I'm just saying I got you. I mean, but what was her story? What was she doing?
And
You know
that's
what I
why
mean?
we're here, is because like there's people out there that don't have a following that are missing still to this day right now.
Mina, we just did a story on somebody from 1950 something that's still
Yeah.
missing.
Yep. We did.
And guess what? Guess what? She was a white girl.
Yes.
You know what I mean? It doesn't, you know, and there's you don't hear any of those cases, and hence our next show that we're going to be recording. Um, there's that's what's good. You know, we're going to be going back on those missing persons. We're going to be bringing that to light. We're going to be bringing all of this to light about other missing people. Don't think that they're going unnoticed, because they are going unnoticed. Mina does a lot of research on missing people, and it's you start looking for them, you start looking for things, but stop reaching to say, hey, is she bringing so much attention? Well, I just told you she was a social media star. She was you know, there's her boyfriend they all went camping, they went on a cross country journey that people were following. They went on a cross country journey. He came back alone. That just does not happen, and that doesn't happen in every single case. I'm sorry, it doesn't. And I'm not trying to be rude here. I'm not trying to be cold hearted to everybody else that's missing. We're going to be doing our best to put it out there. I mean, John Walsh brings a lot of that to light as well on his shows, you know, where there's people missing that nobody even knew that they were missing.
Yep.
And it wasn't because they were African American, white, Hispanic, whatever, yellow, pink, purple. Man, there's lives out there that are missing. There's people out there that are missing of every race, every color, and you help them out, and we try the best to bring them to light. And I know the media is getting reamed for it, because you know they're all on Gabby, but you know what? So are we. And if you weren't on this case, if you weren't thinking about this case, you wouldn't know that there's all that's attention. You know what I mean? So you're paying attention to it too, people. So don't act like you're, you know, if you want to, here's my thing. You have to take action if you want to make a complaint, right? So you see these people saying, what about Jane Smith that's missing? She's been missing. Okay. So why don't you do what we're doing? Make a channel, make a podcast, go do some research on Jane Smith, and get out here and start doing that for Jane Smith, for John Doe, for Jane Doe, for John Rogers, for you get out there and start doing stuff like that too. Don't just sit there and say, what about them? What about them? Get out there and do it.
Yeah. And with that,
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That was a little blunt, and that was probably, you know, an asshole thing to say, but I'm sorry. It's you know what I mean? You know, do it.
Yep.
Don't sit there and complain about it. You know, make something about it. Mina does it. We do it. That's what we're doing. Too Intense Podcast. That we're here to bring light to a lot of different cases, true crime, real hauntings, all this stuff, you know, especially things that are going on right now with Gabby Petito. It's just in the headlines. We're going to work with it. We're going to run with it. Next show, we're going to backtrack about it we're going to take away from this. Not that we want to. We'll bring you a quick update about it, but we're going to bring you something, you know. I know I'm running out of time here. So Too Intense Podcast listeners, thank you for joining us. We're going to keep on giving you updates. Mina will bring you updates. I'll bring you updates. So if you see one of us, it's not that, you know, we're not interested or something like that. it's just, you know, there might be a breaking news. I might be out doing something and there's breaking. Mina's going to bring it real quick, vice versa. You're also going to see other things from Mina. She did a really cool makeup in missing persons. Was it a missing or who did you do?
Oh, are we talking about the little girl? Which one?
Yeah, your makeup things, your makeup and missing people that you do.
Yeah, I was doing I was putting makeup on, basically just getting ready for the day and discussing this missing person case that I had come across. And she's still missing, by the way, so maybe I'll just post it here. I have to download it from my other page, but I'll put it up here.
So you're going to see stuff like that with Mina doing that. I'm going to probably do a shoe review and talk about Ghost Man.
All right. Well, I got to poop, so.
If you have things going on, make sure once again, raw. And uh, I just caught that out of the corner of my ear. I'm like, did I hear that right? Yes, I did. So, guys, once again, we're here. Reach out to us. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. We really appreciate you guys. You guys are all awesome and amazing. Thank you for everything. Have a good day. I'm Hav.
I'm Mina. Have a good day. Bye. Bye.
Deuces.